Hello, welcome back to another episode of Billy Ho Sports. Continuing that Whitney Stakes Day coverage at Saratoga, we're going to take a final look at the big race. We're also going to review some potential value plays and maybe long shots for the undercard races. So if you did miss Thursday's Pick 5 video, we did draw for the split the pot winner. That went to Lily 3628. And the first alternate entry is Timothy Bryant. And runner up number 2 is Big Ed, Mr. Big Ed G. So if you're new to the channel, just check the description. It'll tell you all of the details on how the split the pot contest works. Basically, if you're a subscriber and you're leaving comments, smashing that like, helping support the channel, your name goes into a draw. We spin the big wheel. The winner gets a free $20 bet on me. And if we win, we split the pot. So let's get right into the action. I'm going to start off with, I didn't really like anything early on. And I typically on these big stakes days, I don't play the whole card. I don't know about you, but my strategy is not to play every race. You have to pick your spots. So I usually start later in the afternoon. And actually I looked at race number 7, which is a 7 furlong dirt sprint. And had a couple of value plays. Now, these value plays, they're just value plays. They're not like my pick to win or anything, but I think they'll go off at good odds and have the chance to do well, hit the board, maybe even pull it off. So there's a pair of Saffie Joseph Jr. horses in this race. Number 1 of which is Hold My Bourbon, 10-1 morning line odds. Just has the advantage of an inside rail post, which is winning at a 22% clip. Saffie is just so good with dirt sprints. He's like 26, 27% or something like that. I forget. He's got really, really good. He's like the blue chip. Say it right. Blue chip trainer play. So anyway, this one he claimed after the second place at Churchill Downs Fast Track, and he was going 8.5 furlongs. So this is a cutback. And he was on the lead, pressing the whole way. Went 4 wide around the first turn. And all due respects to Patrick Husbands as a jockey, but we're getting a big upgrade to Jose Ortiz as well. So all that indicates to me, which with Jose, he might take on more money. So it's going to be tough to see 10-1 on him. But I still think a value, I consider value anything on a good horse that's like 4-1 or better, something like that. So and I will mention the favorites and stuff like that in this race too. So number 3 is Echo Again. That one's at 10-1, worth a mention. I'm not as high on it as the other one. It has some of the top recent speed figures, sired by Gunrunner. Was a soft pace that he had to run at versus a really good general partner in that last effort. So he might be an interesting look as well. And then the other Saffie Joseph horse is number 5, Dilger. 6-1 morning line. And this one actually has some class, going back to a 3rd place finish last year in the Lexington, and then 3rd place in the Harrods Creek to end the year. The 2025 year is pretty good. He came in 3rd in the Grade 2 Carter. He was a beaten favorite in the big drama at Gulfstream Park, and largely because Easy Ed Zahas lost his crop right at the turn. So he didn't have a crop to get the horse going down the actual final stretch drive. So that's kind of why he gave way there. That it happens sometimes, but not very often. But I just thought that was worth mentioning. So he could be a real good sneaky play. So number 7, Speak Easy's 10-1. Todd Pletcher let this one go, but Gus Delgado, and I'm not as high on this one either, but Pletcher let him go. Gus Delgado looking to cash in on him. It was noticeable to me that he won his first 2 races, and including running a 103 speed figure in his maiden debut at this distance. So he did take it on the chin in the Grade 1 Jerkins to end the 2024 season. The 2025 debut, he lost a head bob, and then it was beaten favorite again. But he really broke too slow, got too far back, but he rallied up for a willing 3rd. So an interesting one there as well. And then like your likely favorite's probably going to be the 11, Credit Worthy. That's Flavian Pratt. Chad Brown was a good runner on turf, but then it was pulled off the turf on the sloppy track June 15th, and he impressed Brown enough that he's going to run another crack at it. So he did kind of freak down the stretch, splashing in the water and dashing. But I don't know if he can repeat that on a fast dirt surface. I'm not really sure. That a lot of I mean Brown, Chad Brown obviously knows what he's doing, but I'm just going to have to see it again, I suppose. And then number 13 is another probable well bet horse is going to be Jefferson Street. That's Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado. I would probably be higher on him in this spot, but he's coming off the 9 month layoff. That's a concern. And the far outside post is not really the optimal spot to break from, even though these races do break kind of from a straightaway. So they got plenty of time to get into position. But Jefferson Street, I'm just going to have to wait and see on that one. So I'm going to go with Hold My Bourbon and then Dilger for the value plays that I'm most interested in. Then I take you to the race number 8. That's the Fourstardave. Number one, Cugino is 10-1 stepping up in class, and those seem to think that it's a bigger step up in class than I do, because I saw him face off against Deterministic last fall, and he closed within a length of him. And that was a little bit slower pace setup. Deterministic can get out on the lead, and as long as he doesn't face a ton of pressure, he's going to house you, as he's proven several times in the past. Cugino also won his 2025 debut at Aqueduct, and if he can build on that, the inside post could be tricky for him, but if he can secure position early, save ground, and not get a little racing luck to where he's not pinned inside or shuffled back early, he's going to have a chance to get in this mix. So the other one I like is number 2, My Boy Prince, 15-1 morning line, and I did mention in the video the other day when I ran it that Jose Ortiz, I was a little surprised he wasn't riding Think Big, who he rode the last time in the Big Kelso win. Well, Jose Ortiz actually had committed to ride for Mark Casse, ride My Boy Prince, before Think Big's connections made their ultimate decision to run him here and not take him to Kentucky Downs. So he wanted to honor his commitment, and that's a good fit. I think he's in peak form. 0 for 4 going this distance. But when I look back at it, 2 of them were at 3 years old last year. One of them was actually a juvenile where he ran second in the summer stakes. So I think he's got the speed to take advantage of the inside draw, similarly to where Cugino is, but Cugino is more of a closer. So My Boy Prince could be, with the right trip, could get there, definitely. And then the last one before I talk about Johannes, number 10, Neat, 20-1. Had a couple of bad trips in 2025. He got too far back in the Kelso last out to make any kind of run down the stretch, in my opinion. I feel like he's maybe not as good as the top selections like Deterministic and maybe Johannes, but at this price, he's a good pick to hit the board, 20-1 morning line. So I did want to mention the 3 Johannes. He's traveling across the country for the first time in his career. I guess not career, but because he's raced only twice in his entire career outside of California. Both of those were at Churchill Downs. He tried, it might even have been his debut, but he got beat 10 lengths in a maiden race at Churchill, and then a significant loss. And I think it was American Turf or something, but it was a couple of years ago. But 7 month layoff in addition to coming out here, and he was coming off of a bone bruise that he suffered in the San Gabriel. But I will say that judging from the works and the fact that they are making this trip suggests he's fit and sound to race. It's just one of those spots where you might be able to take advantage of him not being on his full game. So number 4, Think Big, 6-1 morning line, but I don't see how that's going to stay that way. They pick up Luis Saez to ride, which is just fine with me. Has only done the 8 furlong trip the one time in the Kelso, and he got a good break late in the Kelso. And I tried to do some research because I thought I heard one of the guys from DRF mention in passing that he got the inside and then he hit the rail and then he was able to surge forward like the rail had better footing for the last, I don't know, 50 yards of the race or whatever you want to say. So if he did take advantage of that sweet spot on the grass that day and surge forward, then maybe, ends up in a different spot. The connections already were waffling on whether or not to bring him here anyway. But so vulnerable, I don't know. Number 6, Intellects, 5-1. I don't know if it's going to have to take money. It's Flavian Pratt and Chad Brown combo. The back-to-back good finishes under the same conditions bodes well. He's probably going to have another good performance. But he doesn't have higher than the grade two or grade three races class wise. So he may get trouble. He may have some trouble getting home again due to the front speed from Deterministic or My Boy Prince. So now, if they do, My Boy Prince pressures, and I believe there's one other speed horse or early speed horse in this race. If they pressure Deterministic and it ends up being a faster pace, then all bets are off. But the value plays are going to be the number one Cugino, and my favorite value play is My Boy Prince 15-1. Even though I was on Cugino and Neat before, I think the way My Boy Prince lines up and the fact that they're getting excuse me, Jose Ortiz to ride, I think it's a good shot for considering 15-1 should be great value. So we're skipping race 9. I didn't really see anything I like there for value. So race number 10 is the test. And I will say this, less likely the value is going to be strong here, but the number 6 Echo Sound is a favorite that I can get behind. I did mention in the pick 5 video, he was the single in the first ticket. So if you're looking for value, though, I do have a few for you. I do have the number 2 Killwin, 6-1, excelled in that first dirt run, going from turf to dirt, and Jose aboard, sharp 4 furlong work coming in. I think the number 1 Ragtime I was looking at too, but maybe not as high on Ragtime as the other ones. But the 3 I think is my most probably my most confident value pick is the 3 Look Forward, and that's 8-1 morning line. Umberto Rispoli is really good, 26% clip on these dirt sprints. That's pretty awesome. And the 8 Bells was on a fast sealed surface, so probably not going to be as taxing as like the Spa would be on the stretch drive. But it was going a route 9 furlongs in the Acorn that he just did, and he showed or she showed that she can sustain that pressing early speed because she was still chasing Lucara. It's just she couldn't catch Lucara. So other than that, if she's backing up to 7, I think she's got a good shot to take it home here. And then I'll mention lastly the number 8 Beauty Reigns. That's Bill Mott. Also getting IRAD, you can't go wrong there. So probably going to take on more money, and it might even be one of those 7-2. So it might be borderline value ish, but she's run well in back-to-back sprints at the Spa. So like I said, IRAD's up, but more exacta try fillers for me. So Look Forward is the top value. Then I got Kilwin and Beauty Reigns, the 2 and the 8. So now the one you've been waiting on, the race number 11, the Whitney Stakes. Extremely tough decision making going on here to pick a winner. But I have settled it in. I'm passing on all the wise guys and different things. It's down to Sierra Leone, it's White Abario, and it's Fierceness. One of those 3, in my opinion, wins this race. The value seems to be landing on Safi Joseph Jr.'s 7 horse, White Abario. So I'm also I was gonna mention Highland Falls, but he seems to be getting that wise guy buzz, and I've seen people actually pick him to win, but it doesn't always work out that way. The wise guy, he had his shot in the Breeders' Cup Classic, ground saving trip, pocket trip from the 2 posts. He didn't really run into any traffic, but he had absolutely nothing in the stretch. So he's running against Fierceness and Sierra Leone. So those are the 2 horses. I mean, Fierceness set that race up. So if he can't track Fierceness through those times or through that kind of pace, then he's not going to get there. Fierceness, I think, is 3 for 4 at the Spa. He's licking his chops to show him what he's got after he got beat in the Met Mile, but I'm forgiving that Met Mile. Some people say he rode his race. I think he just got beat by a specialist who's very, very good. And, he's like, playing a game against somebody who's really good at, Galaga or Pac-Man or something, and you go off and play somebody else's game, and they're a little better than you. So anyway, terrible analogy aside, he's the Fierceness is going to be the key horse in this race. So I'm going to call the value play number 7 White Abario, who I hear is training up very well coming into this race, firing him off. And as soon as people start doubting that horse is when he burns you. So I'm not going to let him get by me, but I am going to take the 9 on top for a trifecta key box with the 5, 7, and the 10 post time. So I think we could call post time a value play as well. I don't know what he'll go off at, 12-1, maybe 10-1. No, I don't think he'll go lower than 8-1. I think, but the word's out on him though. He runs his race. He's a good horse. He will probably get a lot of play in exotics. So I don't know if he's going to bump up your trifecta or your exacta wagering very much at all. But there you have it for that. Now we're not done yet. Race number 12. If you watch the video, I mentioned the July 3rd race at Saratoga. There was several in there, and I think the winner comes out of that race. But my favorite is going to be the 9 Thien, 10-1, a pair of 5.5 furlong efforts at the Spa. He ran well enough, but I like the adjustments they're making. They're switching to a more aggressive jockey in Kendrick Carmouche, adding blinkers to get more aggressive and focused, forwardly placed. Also, Linda Rice, 22%, third off the layoff. The other one is the trainer jockey combo. If you go look at the PPs, Kendrick Carmouche and combo with Linda Rice is a whopping plus $2.04 in the last 60 days ROI. So that's nice. So keep on the lookout for the 12, race 12, the number 9 at the end. Now, race number 13 will round it out. It's an 8.5 furlong inner turf. The 7, Too Late Baby Doll, 6-1. I like her. She ran a strong second at Churchill Downs going 9 furlongs. A slight tick back in distance on the inner turf. She's got good tactical speed. She could pop. Another blue chip trainer play. Albert Stahl, 27%, third off the layoff. So there you have it. So that's going to do it. That's all your Whitney coverage for the week. So I hope you enjoyed it all. Go back and rewatch. Make sure you check back Saturday morning, especially on the late pick 5 video. I'm not 100% sure if there is significant scratches in the other races that I have videos for. I will post pinned comments with the adjustments, but especially important for the pick 5. So don't forget to do that. And future split the pot draws will be down the road. Don't worry about that. So keep the comments rolling. Make sure you're subscribed so you get credit in the draw. And always smash that like on your way out. And we'll see you soon. Best of luck.